signal to the world that we are open for business.
We are now open for business. This is 𝗙𝗍𝗏𝗏 bringing you yet another episode to guide you in discovering your passion and growing your business as we learn from experts in the field. Sama-sama tayong matuto sa isa na namang makabuluhang usapan tungo sa pagpapaunlad ng inyong negosyo. Ang Open for Business ay mapapanood nyo rin sa Facebook at YouTube. Siguraduhin mag-like at mag-subscribe sa aming social media page at Net25TV. Alamin natin, suriin mula sa mga negosyante, thought leaders at mga personalidad sa iba't ibang larangan ang mga strategies, trends at mahalagang karanasan sa pagninegosyo dahil tayo ay open for business. We'll spill the juicy details of First Vita Plus's success, from the groundbreaking creation of their flagship natural health drink to the empowering growth of a global network of over 3 million dealers and users. Rhodora Doyee Tumpalan, CEO and President of First Vita Plus Marketing Corporation, shares her visionary leadership and commitment to health, wellness, and community.
This portion is brought to you by 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏.
𝗗𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, bringing you business news and information here on Open for Business. Tech Innovators launch programs for startups. A consortium of technology business innovators launched platforms this week to accelerate the growth of technology-based startups and enterprises in Metro Manila. The Strategic and Collaborative Alliance for Leveraging Ecosystem, also known as SCALE NCR, one of the consortiums funded by the Department of Science and Technology Philippine Council for Industry, Energy, and Emerging Technology through the Regional Startup Enabler for Ecosystem Development Program, has developed the Startup Institute dedicated to providing education, resources, and mentorship. The platform is designed to equip different startup stakeholders with the necessary entrepreneurial skills and knowledge. The pilot run is slated from September 20 to 23 at the Colegio de Muntinlupa. SCALE NCR is also planning to launch its NCR Investors Network. It seeks to provide funding for startups and enterprises by connecting them to investors who can provide funding or mentorship. SCALE NCR envisions being the leader in startup initiatives and entrepreneurial ecosystems in the country by 2028, as it provides strategic partnerships, funding, opportunities, mentorship, and specialized resources. Infra spending to send the Philippines economy in positive territory. A continued government spending and push for infrastructure development would help the Philippines sustain a higher growth rate. This is according to Moody's Analytics, despite uneven execution of the program last year. The ratings agency kept its gross domestic product forecast growth projection of 5.9% this year and 6% in 2025, with the government's increased investments in infrastructure. However, Moody's noted that the execution of the fiscal policy has been uneven in the past year, and this could pose a risk to the economic growth. Moody's added that the Philippines must stick to its plan and execute well. Budget deficit widens to 642.8 billion pesos in first 7 months. The national government's budget gap widened by 7.2% to 642.8 billion pesos during the first 7 months of the year. Now, this is according to Finance Secretary Ralph Recto during a Senate hearing. During the same period last year, the budget gap was only 599.5 billion pesos, and this year's current deficit already accounts for 43.32% of the national government ceiling of 1.48 trillion pesos. Mr. Recto assured that the government is still on track to meet the fiscal program this year, given the robust performances of the Bureau of Internal Revenue, the Bureau of Customs, the Bureau of Treasury, and the government-owned and controlled corporations. Revenues for the first 7 months of the year inched up to 14.8% to 2.61 trillion pesos, equivalent to 17.1% of the GDP. Tax revenue shared the biggest contribution with 2.24 trillion pesos from January to July this year. OFW remittance outlook remains positive, with continued strong economic performances from countries where most overseas Filipino workers are based. A private think tank projects stable growth in dollar remittances within the coming months. Economists of Global Source Partners said that it agrees with the International Monetary Fund's projection of a slight acceleration in the first world economies to 1.7% and 1.8% for 2024 and 2025 respectively, and that it will benefit Filipinos living in those countries. Current data from the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas showed remittances reached $2.88 billion in June, the highest inflow for the year so far. And that's the business roundup for this week. I'm 𝗗𝗶𝗴𝗏 for Open for Business.
This portion is brought to you by
Joining us is Rhodora Doyee Tumpalan, the President and CEO of First Vita Plus Marketing Corporation, a leading producer of delicious and natural powdered drink supplements. Together with her husband and dealers, they've been shaking things up in the natural health and wellness industry since 2005. Doyee and her husband were the successful husband and wife team that launched First Quadrant Philippines in 2002. A multi-level marketing company that helped revive the shoe industry in Marikina. We're excited to learn more about First Vita Plus's journey and how you're helping people achieve their health goals with these innovative drinks. Miss Doyee.
Hello, great morning, 𝗍𝗏.
Yes, that was fantastic. From shoe to health and wellness drinks. Can you give me that transition from... Gulat ako doon, sabi ko, shoe.
Yeah, I know that will be your first question.
Yes. You know, because that's exciting. Imagine, you know, of course, we know that Marikina is like the
shoe capital.
The shoe capital,
yes,
diba, in the Philippines. So parang, what's that? You know, it's just amazing. Diba? What's that transformation or shift?
My great-great-grandfather, Don Laurano Guevara, still is the father of the shoe industry of the Philippines. So when it has been our business ever since, making shoes. And then when we had First Quadrant in 2002, it was solely to help revive the shoe industry. Kasi during that time, medyo marami na yung influx of the China-made shoes. So I thought of being the third generation, I thought of doing something about the industry kasi medyo na overtake na ng imported ang shoe business. Okay, so I thought of a scheme that would help revive the shoe industry, and it was a multi-level marketing scheme. So that's why we are considered as the first mover of the MLM industry in the Philippines being the first all-Filipino MLM company in the Philippines. So, to go back to your question, why the big shift from doing shoes, selling shoes, marketing shoes, to health products. Yeah, because in 2005, it was a big thing during that time. Remember, I don't know if you still remember that we were so into green teas. Tapos sabi ko, why not come up with a all-Filipino drink na using herbs, Philippine herbs. So I thought of 5 power herbs, which I registered and had it trademark for my company.
That's good, that's
yeah, these 5 power herbs, I call it. So it is made up of malunggay, uray, saluyot, talbos ng kamote, and dahon ng sili. Okay.
Which are all available.
All available,
and it's
yeah.
truly Filipino then.
Yes, our forefathers have been using it to cure all. I mean, it has been
a illnesses. Yes.
Remedy for all sorts. And if you remember, during 1997, then Senator 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 was the one who made and championed the Republic Act of TAMA, meaning Traditional and Alternative Medicine Act of the Philippines, to highlight and encourage people to use our traditional medicine as part of health and wellness campaign during that time. So, yeah, I thought of why not give our Philippine herbs a chance to be known all over and to be used, because we're Filipinos anyway,
Yes.
and we've been using it.
Yes.
Our forefathers have been using it.
What is interesting, Ms. Doyee, is your concept of nationalism. You mentioned that you wanted to revive the shoe industry in the Philippines. That's nice. And then when you shifted, you focused on the traditional herbs that we are known for. You know, when we talk of that concept of nationalism, I know that you have your own personal advocacies, and of
Yes.
course, in your blood runs, you know, that loving and caring for the craftsmanship maybe of the Filipino shoemakers,
Yes,
di ba?
yes, yes.
So, is that really part of your advocacy? Now, when you do your business, you
Yeah.
go into this all things Filipino?
Yeah, yes, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, it is part of our mission and vision to showcase the Philippine ingenuity, to showcase what we have as Filipinos. And part of that is, of course, we are big into health and wellness campaign. So part of that is our Philippine herbs. So that is really part of it. If you read all our advertising materials, even our boxes, it says there, buy Filipino.
Wow.
So that's really, apart from a personal advocacy, it is a big thing in our company.
Let's go back to, you know, a bit of your history. When you started First Vita Plus, or FVP,
yes.
the health and wellness sector, particularly natural herbal drinks, was still a novel concept. What inspired you to be in this industry instead of other businesses?
Yes, going back to my story, CRV, because it is not anymore a novel concept back in 2005 because of the green tea drink that was all over the Philippines. So I just thought of introducing something Filipino instead of something that we do not know yet fully, which is the green tea, because we don't grow it here anyway, but all the herbs that we have are being used and grown here locally. So I just thought of giving the Filipino an option which I'm pretty sure will not be hard for them to accept because they've known it, all the herbs, all their life. It's a novel during that time. It's because no one ever dared to use them commercially.
Okay.
And
so the raw materials are coming from here,
here.
everything. Like
Everything,
so
yes.
you're also helping farmers,
Correct.
the local producers.
Yes, yes. And I made sure that it is good to taste, easy to carry, and good to taste. Because during that time, when I was conceptualizing it, when I had all the taste tests, etc., I said, no wonder no one ever dared to do it commercially because of the bitter taste.
Mapait.
Correct?
Oh, yes.
So if you let a child drink it for the first
ayaw
time,
yan.
of course, hindi naman niya iinumin yun.
Tsaka parang lalabas, parang gamot.
So
it's hard to swallow.
So I said, okay, let's mask this a little bit. So I asked my son, ano paborito niya na Philippine fruit? Sabi niya, dalandan. That's why we started with dalandan. So I masked the 5 power herbs with the natural fruit of dalandan. And when my son tasted it for the first time, because, di ba remember, even now, children are so hard to convince to eat vegetables.
Yes.
But with that drink, di ba?
Kahit nga adults, like, pinipilit pa ako ng asawa ko.
Eto na ang solusyon. We have now the solution. So when my son tasted the first time, wala siyang nalasahan na anything vegetable, anything bitter, nothing. So I was so happy kasi, ayan, buti na lang mapapainom ko na siya ng vegetable. And then, easy to carry because I made it powdered form and in a sachet.
Yes.
So anytime that I need a vegetable drink, then I'll just put water and there. It's like
very convenient.
Very convenient. Yeah.
Pero Miss Doyee, when you mentioned that you masked it, somehow, we see the importance and significance of R&D, di ba? Parang even the manufacturing process, sometimes you don't just sleep overnight and then finally the following morning, voila, you have that product. Pero how important is R&D there?
In our case, it's very, very important. That's number one. Because, kasi yung scheme namin is multi-level marketing eh. So you are directly dealing with people, with your dealers. So you get feedbacks instantaneously. You get feedbacks every single day, every single hour of the day. Hindi katulad ng traditional na when you buy it and then if you don't like it, wala naman masyadong feedback unless you do a social media thing. But here in our business, even without the social media yet, during that time, magpa-feedback ka because you have a relationship with them.
Yes.
Because they are your dealers, they are the front runners. You get to talk to them every single day kasi sila yung nagbebenta eh. So, importante yung ibibigay mo sa kanilang produkto, exceptionally good, everything good. Kaya talagang it's like 80% of the success really of First Vita Plus. I would like to attribute it to the excellent product that we've offered our dealers and our users in 22 years. So very important. And we keep on innovating and that's very important.
Which is my next question, Miss Doyee, kasi diba, right now, if the feedback before, when you started was instantaneous, as you mentioned, mas lalo na ngayon.
Yes, kasi social media.
So, like, if they don't like the taste now, in a few seconds, it's there, diba? My question is, how do you also make sure that the feedback of consumers or drinkers or manufacturing team, so there's maybe a reformulation of the product, ganun ba yun? Like, say, how's the process of getting that customer feedback and reaching them to your office to the actual remanufacturing or reconfiguration of the system?
Okay, so how we are in our model, the scheme, of First Vita Plus, it's an MLM. So meaning the dealer will have group of dealers as well. And they will have to go house to house. Parang ganyan yung term, di ba?
Yes.
Or person to person.
Yes.
So that's why instantaneous kasi pagka uminom ng produkto namin or gumamit ng produkto, syempre, yung response, immediately Okay, masasabi kung hindi masarap, o hindi mabisa, or hindi nag-work. Yung feedback, right away. That's why, sa case ko, hindi ako naglalabas ng produkto na hindi ko sigurado na lahat ng aspects ay na-cover na.
Na hindi na market test, ganyan.
Oo, kaya medyo matagal din minsan.
So, how long? What's the process like?
Minsan, 3 years, 2 years, 5 years. That's why in 22 years of First Vita Plus, we call it product lines. So, we have like only 10 product lines in 22 years, but different products inside that line because I make sure that lahat talaga ng detalye covered, lahat ng benefits talagang we're able to meet because iba nga yung customer feedback sa amin
Yun, has there been a time, Ms. Doyee, wherein na market test, na i-distribute ng dealers, minsan nagkaroon ng feedback. So has there been a time wherein you decided na, nako, hindi ito gusto ng mga consumers natin, ng users, palitan natin. So has there been a time that you shifted your business strategy based on a customer feedback?
I don't know if I'm just lucky or blessed or because I did my homework talaga dahil ang unang maggagamit ng produkto always, hindi ko masasabing guinea pigs, di ba? Pero sila talaga yung test market ko na una are my kids and then my immediate family.
Yes.
Kasi very critical sila eh. Yun talaga ang naging parang benchmark ng lahat ng produkto na lalabas ng First Vita Plus. Una muna yung mga anak ko, tapos yung immediate family members, and then my staff. Okay, doon pa lang, I already get their feedbacks. I already change and tweak it a little bit if needed before I really put it out in the market. So far, wala pa namang drastic changes or recalls or nothing. Wala pa naman.
And looking at you, imagine, off-cam, Miss Doyee mentioned her age, and I asked what is she taking or drinking, and she said, of course, obviously, it's her product. Okay, knowing your unprecedented success with First Quadrant Philippines, we are not surprised that FVP Marketing Corporation shares the same multi-level marketing framework to distribute First Vita Plus. What makes the MLM model that you have more effective than traditional product distribution and selling? Siyempre, sinabi mo, first mover advantage kayo.
Yes.
Pero is there something very significant with your MLM business model?
Correct. I only have one word for that, and that is equitable. Ibig sabihin, lahat ay masaya. Equitable meaning, if you are a dealer, you really get your fair share of your efforts through the commission scheme of First Vita Plus. So, we have a solid business plan. We have a viable marketing strategy. And of course, our excellent product and the trust that our dealers have in the company. So, ito yung bakit para sa akin, isa sa pinakamaganda na marketing scheme is the MLM scheme. Kasi yung ibabayad ko dapat para sa mga middlemen, sa traditional, direkta na sa mga dealers. Because anyway, they're the ones doing the legwork for me. They're my foot soldiers eh.
Yes.
Sila yung pumupunta sa kahit na saang sulok ng Pilipinas just to sell the product. So, para sa akin, that's why it's equitable. Kung ano yung pinaghirapan nila, that's what they get. That's why, minsan nagugulat when they hear like, tricycle drivers now millionaires, janitors before now millionaires, and they like kind of wonder why that happened. Simple answer is our business plan is equitable. So because of your hard work doing the business of First Vita Plus, so therefore you get compensated for that hard work that you did for the company.
Wow, very interesting, Ms. Doyee. Now, related to that, my question is, we talked about it briefly earlier off cam. Ang fierce ng competition sa MLM business model, di ba? Like, one dealer, sometimes, if he or she is not loyal to that brand, he or she may enter into another,
Correct.
di ba?
Yes.
Sometimes they say it's ethical, sometimes it's not, but it depends on your contract with the dealers. But how do you manage to ensure that there is trust, there is loyalty in this highly competitive MLM market?
Yes, I would like to say consistency. That plays a very major part in being one of the leaders, pioneers, first mover advantage of the MLM industry. Yung ethical na sa amin, it's a big no-no for us. We really ban them, terminate them, because loyalty for me is a big thing when it comes to doing the business. Why? Kasi syempre, when you go and meet people, sell to them our product. Yung loyalty kasi very important dahil they will be like your users, customers for life. Hindi to one-time deal. That's why, apart from we have great products, very good compensation plan, yung relationship is very important to me. It's not only about like innovation, building, selling. Not only that, we have to nurture relationships. So that's what I have with my dealers, that I'm always present. In 22 years, I've never been absent. So they know that when I talk about discipline, consistency, I know what I'm talking about. When I talk about leadership, when I talk about marketing strategy, they know that I'm serious about it because they see me do it. So consistency is a very big factor. Madaling magtayo ng MLM business. But the question is, how do you sustain and maintain and keep it running for the long haul? Very, very clear to me when we started. And that has always been like what they hear from me, that we are here for the long haul. Hindi tayo pang 6 months lang, pang 1 year lang. No, we will be together for the long haul.
To grow the business.
Yes.
I announced earlier you have about $3 million.
3.6 million dealers, yeah.
3.6.
In 22 years.
Wow.
Yeah, 3.6
Wow.
million.
And what percentage of that is very active?
Very active, mga 10%, but the user of the products, mas malaki. Mas malaki
Yes.
yung percentage doon.
Correct.
Yes.
Let me go back to what you mentioned earlier kasi you mentioned about the 5 natural ingredients, malunggay,
Yes.
saluyot, daon ng
Eh,
sili, talbos ng
ang
kamote.
kamote.
These products are of course your best sellers and still going strong.
The 5 power herbs are always present in all the products that I make.
Okay.
Yes.
Nearly 2 decades later, what key milestones have First Vita Plus achieved? I like what you mentioned about consistency, very competitive and beautiful incentive scheme
Yes.
because you want to compensate the effort also of your people. Talking about key milestones, siyempre, sabi mo nga, you're going to your road to 25 years.
In 2 years.
In 2 years.
Yes.
So this is something amazing because not every company
Correct.
or individual, parang 25th is
Especially
something.
in the MLM industry.
Exactly.
CRP. Very hard to yung iba even to reach a year or 2.
Or 3. Tama yun. Oo.
Correct.
Kumbaga parang mararamdaman nila. But in your case, wow, you're nearing 25 years. Ano yung key milestones so far?
Well, because we keep on innovating. Not only with the products, but with the technology that we have. We have 33 awards, both international and local, in 22 years. We have 57 satellite centers all over. But the most important part of that milestone are the products that we have released over the years. I remember, CRV, we only started with with a premium line, with this one. We only started with this.
Dalandan.
Yes.
Ito.
This is the flagship product. It all started with this.
How is it doing now?
Still is. Still is a number 1.
Oh, bestseller pa rin.
Bestseller pa rin. Kaya nga
Pag ganyan, pag bestseller na, hindi nyo na
I
ginagalaw
know,
yan.
hindi na talaga.
Paano yung nanggagaya? Marami nanggagaya.
Yes. Inevitable naman siya eh.
Yes.
Well, I would like to say that yung sales namin hindi naman affected. So, I'm confident to say na maraming gumagaya pero hindi exactly nagagaya. That's part of business. Pagka naman nakikita ka nila na you're doing well, talaga naman mag-gravitate towards doing their own. But I'm okay with that because wala naman ako monopoly over the scheme, over the business. Wala naman. Kaya nga, sometimes, that's also what drives me to where I am right now. Kasi ibig sabihin, hindi ako pwede mag-relax. Hindi ako po pwede na hindi magbigay ng bago sa market because I know that there are people who's going to copy what I'm doing. So I'm always like 3 steps forward. Yeah. So always like that because I know that there are people who would always like follow on what my footstep and do what I'm doing.
Amazing. Okay. So you mentioned about that innovation.
Yes.
Okay.
So after that, well, we have had many na kasi nag-upgrade ako. Like for example, from the premium, we have gold and we have platinum, but of the same line, meaning yung ingredients lang yung naiiba. May mga added features. Like for example, my capsule. You might think that this is only a capsule. Our capsule is not just one use. We have 3 uses of this capsule.
Which are?
Number 1, you can take it directly as a capsule if you want. And number 2, you can make it as a tea. So you just put the capsule itself in hot water, it will dissolve in seconds, and you have a tea in tea form. And then, okay, ito hindi masyadong ginagamit ngayon, pero kung natatandaan nyo yung budbod,
Okay.
ito ay tatanggalin lang sa capsule and then you can sprinkle it. Okay? In English, it's sprinklers. Oo.
So
Sa
you
atin,
sprinkle it
budbod.
on what? In your
Sa
rice, in your bayan,
coffee,
ulam,
bayan,
ganyan.
yes, and in everything,
I
even in
see.
your water, pwede. Because I made sure that you can even consume it directly, yung laman. And that's how the innovation is with our capsule. Yan. So,
Interesting. So parang
yeah.
it's not just a typical capsule.
No.
But you just have to educate also the users, di ba?
Yes, RV. Kasi what's also different in our business model is that we have free seminars every single day. When it comes to products, we have doctors explaining the use and the benefits of the product and how to take it. And then in terms of the business model, we have dealers. Ito yung mga top dealers na or mga special speakers ng company na nag-educate how to run your business. Kasi Kasi ayoko na you're going into our business, the First Vita Plus business, wala kang alam kahit na ano. So, like after...
Gusto mo kumita lang.
Oo, hindi pwede
Hindi
yun.
pwede yun.
Kasi nga, di ba, ang sabi ko, it should be sustainable. It should be viable. You should be able to pass it on to your next generation. That's how viable it is. In fact, in 22 years, marami ng dealers na sila nag-start, now it's their children.
Oh, who's continuing it na?
Not just continuing, pero kasama na nila.
Okay.
Doing the
that's
business. It's like a family business na.
That's right.
We teach them. We have seminars, we have trainings on how to upgrade your business, on how to tackle like bawa customers, on how to present to customers, on how to sell, everything, even your etiquette, ganyan. Marami kaming mga seminars. Free lahat yon.
This portion is brought to you by Supreme Pure Organic Barley by Levex. First alkaline-based pure organic barley. Every sip is full of beneficial nutrients. Wag basta barley, dapat alkaline-based Supreme Pure Organic Barley. This portion is brought to you by Northview Solutions. Let us build it for you.
You mentioned about doctors, professionals.
Yes,
So,
yes.
as we talk about this, we know that the market data on health and wellness is really growing, especially post-COVID,
yes,
di ba?
after the pandemic,
Yes, after the
yes.
pandemic, lahat na. Given all this, I appreciate you staying for almost more than 2 decades. But in terms of benefits that these products offer to our consumers, what's the USP? What's different with this? Kasi, di ba, there's a lot of
Yes.
claims of others.
Correct. Ang number one talaga is you have to have a unique selling proposition. Yan talaga, USP is very important in our business model. Kasi hindi po pwede na ang i-offer mo, mabibili lang rin sa labas. Because in our system, you cannot buy this outside except from dealers. Oo. So, dapat may added benefit talaga. Meron talagang unique na i-offer yung product mo. In our case, we capitalize on the 5 power herbs. Yes. So, yun talaga yung unique about our product. And so far, because naka-trademark naman yun sa akin, wala pa namang pwedeng gumamit nun. Or meron, may gumagamit na malunggay, but not the 5.
Pero Doyee, sa mga kaedad ko, alam na yung mga benefits niyan.
Yes.
Pero for the sake of the younger
generation,
market, so
oo.
ano ba ang nagagawa ng 5 key ingredients na ito?
Oo. Number 1 is antioxidant. Okay? Kasi syempre, very stressful yung environment that we are in. So, ito, whether you are young or old, very important. Micronutrients, vitamins. Dati, even the old, not only the young, hindi masyadong binibigyan ng importance. Not until COVID hit. Doon nila na-realize, importante pala itong mga vitamins, micronutrients, phytochemicals, antioxidant. Napaka-importante pala nun. In fact, during COVID, hindi kami nagsara because we were considered essential. Na-appreciate na nila. So, alam mo ba, si RV, right now, isa sa talagang mga spokesperson namin, mga bata. Kasi nakita nila that it is really very important to to stay healthy. Kaya naman, nakapag-segue tuloy ako si RB.
Okay, go ahead.
Naglabas ako ng something for the younger generation. Okay?
Wow, and this is?
I call it Vita Kick. O kasi di ba, yung younger generation, gusto nila instant. Gusto nila madali. Ito, yung aming OG, yung original, syempre, titimplahin mo pa, lalagyan mo pa ng water, isi-shake mo or stir mo pa, di ba? Not anymore with this. This is really, ang market ito are the younger generation. It has the 5 power herbs. It has all the benefits of cleansing, detoxifying, iba-iba siya. The bright is for whitening, the clean is for your colon, the cleansing, detoxification, and the nutri is for your overall wellness. And all you have to do is open it, take a kick, ang tawag ko doon kaya kick, because you just have to do it like one time and then that's it. You're good for the rest of the day. So that's what the younger generation wants, yung kick lang.
So you don't have to like say get water,
Not
everything
anymore.
is there. There's
Everything's
liquid
here.
in there. So
Yes.
it's ready to drink.
Yeah, ready to drink. Yeah.
I see. In terms of content, what's
Okay.
the volume there?
Okay, RB, what's also very unique about this is we use nectar. It is not liquid, it is not powder, but it is nectar. So very potent siya. Kaya naman, kailangan mo lang is one kick, tap okay na eh. Yes, kasi very, very potent siya. So it is not your usual liquid form or powder form or gel form. No, this is a nectar form.
So meaning you don't have to get water na lang.
No
like say,
more, not anymore.
ay
No
kung
more.
kunyari, kulang ako sa tamis, kaya dagdagan ko.
No.
Sakto lang.
Sakto lang. I'll let you try this.
Okay.
Everything I'll let you try. I don't really advertise na, wala ako masyado sa billboard, not on TV. I just guess on shows like this wherein
And
I can...
more on word of mouth,
Yes,
no?
because of the word of mouth system. that
Pero
we
bakit?
have.
I appreciate this kind of strategy, word of mouth, because based on what you were telling me earlier, parang it's really more on the relationship. I see your authenticity there. But given the market competition now, wherein they use billboards, they use a lot of advertising.
Correct.
In your case,
Models even.
yes. So in your case, parang you have the choice to use that. With
Correct.
your
Yeah.
2 decades of experience, you can easily do that with your budget. But what's the thought behind that,
Because
Ms. Doyee?
I am 200% confident on my products. Kaya nga word of mouth yung kinakapitalize ko kasi definitely for sure when you take our products, ikaw na magkakwento kung ano ang naging benefit sa'yo. That's how confident I am. And our dealers and everyone else, talaga naman in 22 years, sila talaga yung nagkikwento na. Hindi ko na kinakailangan na kumuha ng artista o mag-billboard kasi no need na eh. Kasi they'll really like advertise you, they'll really like patronize you and tell their stories, testimonies. Hindi lang talaga siya advertisement eh, no. They'll really like passionately tell their story. And para sa akin, storytelling technique is one of the most powerful
Agree.
tool in advertising, in
Yes.
marketing. So that's what I capitalize on, the word of mouth. It's one way of saying that your story is the strongest ever testimonial that I can get for my product.
Agree and amazing. Given the popularity of First Vita Plus natural health drink, is there evidence-based research to back up its health benefit claims?
Well, because we are into natural product, hindi masyado yung claims to back it up. But yun nga the testimonials of the people taking it, I bank on that. Pero do we have documentations? Yes, we do. We really encourage them na magpasa sa amin ng kanilang mga test before taking Vita and after taking Vita. Yeah, we do have that.
Tsaka pag vegetable naman, you don't have to have that scientific studies to realize that malunggay is good for the body. Huwag ka nga lang may gout katulad ng iba. Huwag masyado sa malunggay.
Meron ng solusyon dyan. May gout out ako.
Okay, wow. I noticed you have a lot of products that target specific organs of the body.
Correct. Because 3 years ago, when I launched this, the gout out, ito specific. Specific illnesses na to. Kasi when I started, general siya eh. Okay, but then, as part of innovation, yung mga clamor din. Na ma'am, wala pa tayong, okay, sige, I'll develop. So after
Still
3
based
years,
on customer feedback din.
Yes, yes, kasi-
I noticed you have liver, kidney.
everything, kidney, liver, heart, insulin, and even fat away. Yung mga extra fats na nakatago
Naku,
dyan.
marami tayo niyan.
And then, ginawa ko na yung 5 power herbs, nilagay ko na siya in 1 capsule. That's why you can like have it as a tea or a sprinkler or your capsule.
Pag ganyan ba, Miss Doyee, do you need prescriptions from doctors or advice from doctors?
All of these are FDA approved. And then all our speakers in terms of all the products are only doctors, medical doctors. But to answer your question, well, it's really up to the doctors if they want to prescribe, but these are food, these are supplements, these are vegetables, so hindi naman kinakailangan. It's just supplemental eh. We don't want you to like not take your medicine.
Yeah.
No, hindi namin yung sinasabi.
Yes.
Okay? Ito ay pangdagdag lamang. Oo. Hindi namin sinasabi sa'yo na, tanggalin mo na yung gamot mo na pinescribe sa'yo ng doktor mo para sa sakit mo. No, we never do that. Because we just let you take this as additional, like for your immune system. Siyempre, if we can, like go back to the natural way, better. But no, I respect the doctors who've studied many years.
Yeah. Now, what do you think paved the way for your sustained success, given that there are so many products in the market now in the health and wellness sector? Is the market saturated or is there more room to grow? We talked about competition earlier. So, siyempre, lahat gusto, di ba? Especially during the pandemic, parang
Correct.
everything, anything about health and wellness, boomed and bloomed during the time, post-pandemic.
Oo. Welcome naman yun, very good naman yun for the consumers kasi marami silang options. But again, Sir RV, babalik ako dun sa trust nila sa First Vita Plus. Kasi for 22 years, breakthrough products talaga yung nilalabas ko. Even if, for example, ngayon lang nauuso ang mga, let's say, antioxidants or during the pandemic lang vitamin C and zinc, we've done it like 10 years before, ganyan. And they know that when I say that we have a new product or this product works, talaga namang sila yung nagpapatotoo. So we have a lot of that. So is the market saturated? In our case, I keep on adding pa. So no. Luckily, no.
So there's really more room to grow.
Yes, imagine we have 100 million Filipinos here pa lang sa world pa. So, no. And health and wellness is a very big market. So, I don't think it will ever be saturated.
Despite millions of users of your natural drink and other herbal supplements in general, many Filipinos still need to be convinced to take natural, traditional, alternative, healthy supplements. Bakit sa tingin mo marami pa rin ang hindi sumusubok sa natural na paraan? Ito ba ay napakagaling ng advertising ng mga pharma na, di ba?
Aside
Ang
from
Pinoy
that.
kasi, di ba? Ang Pinoy, pag nakita ng branded, kahit na may mas mura, ay doon tayo sa branded.
Kasi si RB,
Ganun ba?
yung mindset kasi, syempre ang hirap labanan ng mindset na kasanayan na. It's an alternative eh. Nag-o-offer ako na baka gusto mo naman ng natural. Kaya lang dati, si RB, I would like to make a little correction, no? Siguro yung hindi pagtanggap, dati yun. Nung masama pa talaga yung lasa ng mga herbs, 'di ba?
Yes,
Kasi syempre naman mahirap magpainom sa isang tao na hindi nila i-enjoy, 'di ba? Kaya 'yun ang sinolusyonan kong una. Na dapat good to taste. Kinakailangan hindi nila ayawan yung lasa. Kinakailangan parang nag-e-enjoy lang sila inumin.
Like water or the regular juice.
Yeah, pero hindi nila alam ang ganda ng health benefits. Yun ang una ko talagang sinolusyonan. Oo, yun talaga una kong in-address.
Kumbaga, that's the, in business, di ba? Parang you address the pain point.
Yeah, that's one of the pain points na kapag tinry mo si First Vita Plus, sarap pa. Yan, ganyan. Tapos anong meron dito? Yun. Tsaka mo explain.
a lot of people, especially ano nga ba yung mas bata pa sa
Alpha.
Alpha. Gen Z, alam mo, Gen Z na tayo. A lot of them like say, ano ba to? Milk tea generation. Parang ganun. What if
tama.
somebody approaches you and they would say, oh, is there 5 herbs in this milk tea? Parang ganyan.
We have.
Oh, you have that
CRV,
already?
Yes, to
Oh,
cater to the
interesting.
alpha. Meron. We call it Cocoa Wow, mga
I
wow
see.
berry. Yan, patok na patok to sa mga bata.
I
Yan.
see.
Oo.
Wow, interesting. So,
Pero may 5 power herbs yan. So, hindi nila alam, umiinom na sila ng gulay. Mahihirapan talaga tayong mag-shift from milk tea generation to healthy generation. That's why ako na yung gumagawa ng way para ma-enjoy nila yung drink nila. Tapos at the same time, healthy pa.
based on your explanation now,
Yes.
parang somehow you also look at your market segmentation where
Yeah.
you have a specific product for a specific age group.
Correct.
So, yun ba, is that your plan? But what is that product line that constitutes
Yeah.
much of your profit margin?
Okay, Sir RV, because pinag-aaralan ko talaga yung generational profile. Oo, when I do a product, okay, number one consideration ko is the generational profile. Ibig sabihin, dapat from silent gen hanggang alpha ngayon. Kasi we have 6 generations living. Ibig sabihin, yung nabubuhay ngayon, kinakailangan mag-cater ka sa 6 na henerasyon na yun.
Meron ka din daw yatang skin and cosmetic lines. Siyempre, when you talk about, you know, this holistic
Yes.
health and wellness thing, meron ka na ring
Yes,
cosmetic
oo.
and line.
Soaps, lotions, even shampoo, conditioner na kung naalala mo pa si RV nung araw, gugo, ginagamit na.
Naalala ko yan
Okay.
noong bata pa ako.
Oo.
Ngayon,
Oo,
hindi na.
medyo hindi. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
So, meron na, yun yung sinusolusyon na namin. Sabi ko nga yung kanina na pain points, yan. Yan talaga inaalam ko Ano bang mga pain points ng bawat generation? Bibigyan ko ng solusyon yon. So, even the skincare, syempre, yung collagen, yung papaya, di ba? Yung
So,
mga,
you have this under
Yes.
the brand First Vita din.
Yes, pero Herbal Blessings or P Solutions ang tawag ko doon. Anak ko naman na isa yon na 27 years old. Siya naman ang model noon.
I see.
Para nakikita
I see.
sa kanila kung ano ginagamit nila.
I see. You are not stopping, Ms. Doyee, in your process of innovation.
Yes.
And despite the first mover advantage that you have, you continue to innovate and create more products. So, what's the future like with First Vita Plus?
Well, I am very conscious about yung generations. So, yung future generations, ano yung coming in after Alpha. We have to cater to all market, all generations. Now, in terms of innovation, like for example, si RV, sa digital world,
Yeah.
diba? So, yung digital future, what is in store for First Vita Plus? Like for example, we have our catalog. This is not just a catalog. This is an interactive catalog. Okay, so when you talk about the success stories of our dealers, okay, I've dedicated a portion of them. Pero these are some kasi we have a lot. So if you want, like we say, because very inclusive kasi yung First Vita Plus kasi yun ang isa sa mga mission ko na success should be for all. That success should be for everyone, even with disability.
Yes.
Age, gender, profession, lahat inclusive. So for example, you would like to know how a person with disability would fare in our business. When we feature them, meron kami QR code, okay? So you just scan the QR
it,
code
and
then
it goes to where?
to their YouTube
Okay.
channel, our YouTube channel, and they'll be talking about their story,
Their
how
businesses,
their
may
business,
testimonials na rin
testimonials na.
Wow.
Yun. So hindi lang
So
siya.
it gives them a platform also
Yes,
to
yes.
promote
To
their
prom-
business.
Yes, to promote their business and tell their story. Oo.
Speaking of the digital space,
Yes.
you know, what innovations did you do to address the demands in the digital market?
Yes. In terms of managing your business, okay, pwede mo na siya i-manage at your fingertips. Kasi we have an app,
Wow.
okay? If you would like to know ilan na yung dealers under you, so just click on the genealogy, okay?
So everything can be managed via the app.
Now, in terms of your commission, syempre, yan ang
business
hinihintay.
tayo.
Oo. Now, we have our co-branding with 𝗶𝗴𝗶𝗶𝗧𝗩 and First Vita Plus kasi pwede na dito ipasok yung commission nila. So they don't have to be physically there even if they're like outside the Philippines. They can like run the business just with their app and their 𝗶𝗴𝗶𝗶𝗏.
Oh, I see.
Pero what's interesting, CRV, is, you know, people would still want to hold their checks, get their checks.
The traditional
the
one.
traditional way.
With the listeners and viewers of Open for Business, a lot of people may want to be a dealer or a distributor. How will they do it?
Okay, Sir RV, thank you for giving me this chance to reach out to our viewers. So if you're interested to be part of the family of First Vita Plus, you want to be a dealer of First Vita Plus, if you want to change your life for the better, to be healthier, wealthier, so you can get in touch with us sa aming corporate center. It's at the second floor of Santry Tower here in Meralco Avenue, Ortigas Center, Pasig City. And then we have 57 product satellite centers all over the Philippines. And we have our YouTube channel, we have our IG, Facebook account, and TikTok account. So if you're interested, just look for those links. Our number is 8470-8482. That's 8470 Vita, okay? Or 8470-7525, okay? And then we have also our relationships marketing department who can assist you with your every need. 0917-866-0032.
Yes, I look forward to a lot of calls with the First Vita Plus with this episode. And I look forward to seeing you again in our next episodes.
Yes,
but
thank
before
you.
we finish this conversation, please address our viewers, Ms. Doyee. You can give us maybe a couple of your tips on entrepreneurship. Paano nga ba masusustain ng mga maliliit na negosyante din para sila din ay humaba ng mahigit 2 dekada sa pagninegosyo?
Number one is integrity. Yan ang unang-una. When we first started, we have also our fair share of negative publicity. But for as long as you are doing the business correctly and talaga namang malinis ang hangarin natin na tumulong sa kapwa, mapalago ang ating negosyo, then the public will be the ones to trust us. And then, always listen to your users, your consumers, your dealers. Kasi importante that you have a relationship with them, a good relationship with your customers. To keep your business viable, you have to solve the pain points. You have to know the pain points. Yaan ang ginagawa ng First Vita Plus, to always look for solutions to the problems of our consumers. You really have to have a solid, sustainable, and trustworthy company, because malalaman ng ating mga consumers if you're here for the long haul or you're just doing it just for the money. No. If you want to be relevant all the time, then you have to always give importance to all the consumers. And if you can change their lives for the better and then at the same time make them healthier, so good combination yun. So for everyone who would like to be in this business, the MLM business for the long haul, then I suggest that palaging totoo lang ang sabihin natin sa ating mga consumers, sa ating mga business partners. Kasi business partner natin ating mga dealers eh. So you have to make the business equitable for them. Kinakailangan kung ano pinaghirapan nila, ibigay talaga natin sa kanila yung share nila of the business. That way, you will be able to be with them for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. And in First Vita Plus, I plan to make it second, third generation ng pamilya ko. I still can do the business with our dealers or our, we call them business associates.
That's Ms. Rhodora Doyee Tumpalan, the President and CEO of First Vita Plus Marketing Corporation, open for business. We'll be back. Stay with us. And with that, our buzzword of the week is nutraceutical. It is a combination of nutrient and pharmaceutical. Nutraceutical is a broad umbrella term that is used to describe any product derived from food sources with extra health benefits in addition to the basic nutritional value found in foods. The natural healthy supplement sector is more than just the brands or products. It is a movement towards better health, empowerment, and ultimately community development. Staying healthy reduces the financial strain on our families and the economic burden to the government. For business owners, we learned the lesson on dedication to quality, a forward-thinking leadership, and a passion for holistic wellness not only have the capacity to transform your company, but also the lives of millions of people involved. And our quote of the week is, if you think wellness is expensive, try illness. Thank you very much, Doyee. Maraming salamat. At maraming salamat sa isang oras na pagsama sa amin upang tunghayan ang isang makabuluhang usapan ukol sa negosyo dito lang sa Open for Business. Hanggang sa susunod na linggo, samahan nyo kaming muli dito sa Open for Business. Catch us too on Facebook and YouTube. Like and subscribe on our social media page at Net25 TV. We will bring you more insights from industry experts, thought leaders, CEOs, and featured SMEs. Together, let us help encourage business development in the Philippines. Sharpen your business acumen, feel the pulse, and set the trend for as long as you're informed and open for business. Ito po si 𝗗𝗶𝗴𝗏 𝗧𝗩. Marami pong salamat.